Jean-Bertrand, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you tell me a bit more about you?
Well, like you said, my name is Jean-Bertrand Azapmo, and I am the Principal Advisor to the African Union Commissioner for Economic Development, Trade, Tourism, Industry, and Minerals.
Okay. Can you tell me what are the key priorities in order to decarbonize efficiently the African industries?
Well, thank you very much for the question. First of all, I would like to say decarbonizing African industry is a new work stream that Commissioner Muchanga has just identified as part of the core mandate of the department, because we believe that Africa has an opportunity to be part of the solution when it comes to climate change. And one of the areas we are looking at is how do we decarbonize African industry. And so some of the priorities that we have include, first of all, raising more awareness, because yes, the survey that we are conducting on ESG and decarbonizing among the African private sector shows that there is some level of awareness, but we are not yet there. There are a number of companies that are already aware of the importance of decarbonizing, making commitments, setting targets, and then working towards it. But we need to do more work in terms of sensitizing, raising awareness on its importance, because sustainability is going to become a determinant factor of competitiveness, whether of countries or of companies going forward. So it's important, therefore, that African industries, through a decarbonization process, they enhance their competitiveness. So the first very priority is to enhance understanding, raise awareness. The second issue is to discuss the issue of access to finance, because once the companies agree to move towards that direction, finance is going to be an issue. Do we continue looking at traditional climate financing, which we all know the gaps, or do we look for new models, innovative models? During the panel discussion we talked about sovereign wealth fund, pension funds. There are a huge amount of money in the case of sovereign wealth fund. There is actually $700 billion in African sovereign wealth fund. So we believe that some of those funds should be redirected towards, supporting African companies in decarbonizing. There are huge opportunities there. Then the third element, the third priority is the technology to decarbonize. Here we are looking at two issues. One is transfer of technology, and when we talked about transfer of technology, it should be clear that we are not begging for technology. We would like to see this as a contribution of the developed world to our effort, because we did not create the mess in the first place. We want to be part of the solution, so they need to come in with the technology. But whilst we are,
it should be part of loss and damages, actually.
Correct. But beyond that, we also would like to see some more money put into research and development in the continent, because our own youth people, our own young population, they've proven again and again that they can come up with innovative solutions to African problems. So if more money is put into research and development, more money put into supporting African innovators, they will also come up with the right technology to help African industry decarbonize. The last priority, which is not the least, by the way, is the enabling environment. This is going to take place at two levels. First, at the national level, where the member state needs to create the enabling environment for companies that choose to go the path of decarbonization, that they can thrive. They could put together incentives, to accelerate that process for those companies. But then at the regional and continental level, we need a continental framework. And here we are happy that the just concluded AFCFTA, this is the African Continental Free Trade Area,
Thank you.
Protocol on Investment, which has just been concluded, that it includes provisions calling on the member state to promote investment in sustainable investment, but also to incentivize companies that do sustainable investment. So we believe there should be a combination of action at the national and continental level to create the enabling environment for decarbonization to take place on the continent. This is very important because it has to do with the competitiveness of African industries, not in a not too distant future. We need to work on it right now.
Why is the agenda set up to 2063?
Well, Agenda 2063 is the overarching policy framework guiding African structural transformation. And the agenda has a number of aspirations, one of which relates to sustainable and so ensuring sustainable development of African economies. And under that aspiration, you have a number of project programs which are defined, which are outlined, and which will actually contribute to meeting the objective of decarbonizing African
But why
industry.
this specific date?
2063. Yes, as you probably know, the African Union is a Pan-African organization which replaced the old Organization for African Unity, which was established in 1963. So when we commemorated the 50th anniversary of the OAU, there was an exercise undertaken which led to the development of Agenda 2063, which by that time will make it 100 years. Basically, we'll be commemorating the century of a continental Pan-African integration organization.
Thank you, Jean-Bertrand, for all your insights.
Thank you so very much. My pleasure.